Our top story today is Facebook under fire to explain its privacy policy. BuzzFeed is reporting that CEO Mark Zuckerberg is offering the company's chief technical officer and chief product officer to appear before a British Parliament committee. But will that satisfy lawmakers? We bring in attorney and former prosecutor Kenneth Vecchio to discuss. And Ken, I got to ask you, good morning. Are we ever going to see Mr. Zuckerberg testify?
Well, if he's smart, he'll come in and testify for public relation purposes. But I think it's most instructive to look at this under the following three-prong test to determine if anything has happened that's unlawful. Think about this. If somebody tells you a secret, that you're not obligated to keep that secret private. There's no legal ramifications if you go out and tell it. Take it to the next level. If you enter into a contract with somebody to keep that secret private, let's say in the Stormy Daniels case, now you violated civil law and you can be liable in the civil courts. Finally, the third component of this is as following. If you go out and illegally surveil somebody or hack them, like in the Carter Page case with the illegal FISA warrant, then it's criminal. I don't know if Facebook is either liable under civil law or has committed anything that's criminal. If there's been a contract that's in place, which you could look at it that there is between the users of Facebook and the company, then there certainly is civil ramifications.
Well, the onus is on the users, but let's go back a few years. In 2011, the FTC first investigated Facebook over their privacy protocols and how they were protecting or arguably not protecting users. And they came to an agreement. If in this new FTC investigation, they find that Facebook violated those guidelines from 2011, Facebook could pay, I'm not joking you here, fines of $40,000 per user. That's $1 trillion in fines. Do you expect anything like that coming out of Facebook?
Look, Lauren, I have a big problem with regulatory agencies, especially on the federal level. There's too much government interference in our lives. These regulatory agencies cost hundreds of billions of dollars a year to operate. They cause companies to go overseas because of overregulation. They cause other companies to collapse and fail. I think that it's best suited. Let the market handle this. Let people gather together. Get good lawyers like me. We'll file class action suits against Facebook and sue them. I'm not a big fan at all of a regulatory agency coming in a let's say quasi-criminal type investigation. The state attorney general's offices in every state could be handling these cases on their own. So, yes, there was a consent. You're talking about the consent order that they agreed to.
Right.
And, yes, they could be liable. $1 trillion seems a little silly.
Well, there are 37 state investigations and lawsuits, class action from investors as well as shareholders. So the end for Facebook is nowhere in sight. Kenneth Vecchio, thank you for your perspective today.
Thanks, Lauren.
Gotta have friends. All right.